Focus.
All right, refocus, bring it in. I don't think we could use any of that when we actually
No,
post
please,
this.
no, please don't. Like, honestly, please don't.
All
What's
right.
up, guys? Welcome back. Coach Darrell from castironworkouts.com with Mikhail.
I'm back.
Mikhail.
Back again.
Yeah. Mikey's back with the longest setup for the podcast
Oh,
ever.
man, I was moving like a snail.
Yeah, man. You okay?
I don't know.
You're breathing normal
Yeah,
again?
I'm breathing normal. I'm thinking normal.
Well, it's funny, because you were, coming down from your workout, setting up for the podcast. I'm training Kelsey on her Olympic stuff, getting her ready, send her off to college. And we're over here working. I can still hear you go. Like 20 minutes later, like trying to regain like a normal breathing rhythm. It's pretty funny.
Thanks.
Yeah, I got a good laugh out of it. It was pretty entertaining.
Your fault. So
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Coming off that Memorial Day Murph-ish workout that we did outdoors on Monday.
Did you plug the audio in?
You did not, huh? The one day.
Hey.
It's the one day I didn't ask. So let's start this over.
Take two. Action. All right, so we're gonna put a little bit of that in because you're still gonna be able to hear us, but
Good.
now you can probably hear us a lot better.
Hey guys, Coach Darrell.
Sound like Hey Jude. I thought you were gonna break into song for a second.
You don't want that. You really don't. You really don't want that. So anyways, like we were saying, on the start of the podcast, without an audio cable plugged in, Mike,
Yeah. Well,
the one day I don't ask you. Anyways, coming off a
makes sense,
Murph-ish workout on Monday, where we were still, doing a workout outside, substituting sit-ups for the pull-ups in Murph. Yesterday, having our first day back inside the gym.
that was awesome.
Moving some barbells around in here, and then a nice fast-paced workout today. Mikey, how you feel?
Beat up.
Yeah, kind of feel everything.
Better
right?
right now in the moment. The adrenaline's up and
Yeah,
got my win back. But all day yesterday, my whole body was sore.
yeah.
Getting up from sitting down, I was like, oh God. Walking in here this morning, really
Yeah.
sore. Being out of breath, completely wiped out during today's workout.
Yeah, well, that was kind of the goal today, right? I mean, with what you guys were doing, it was a fast 3 rounds, of some runs, some kettlebell swings, some burpees, small enough chunks on those kettlebells and burpees to where you
Just enough to...
you can get through the sets without having to break them up. So there wasn't a whole. It was one of those a 12 to 15 minute workout where you're full go. There's not time to think. There's not time to stop, and nothing has a big enough rep range to where you need to stop. Right. So the stimulus of it was that short, fast kick in the teeth and call it a day. And I think it worked.
I'm falling asleep over.
So yeah, good job,
Oh,
buddy.
man.
Good job, man. So what's been going on? What's that? No, don't show me. I know what's been going on. Show the people.
I got married.
Show your people. Yeah,
We've
Mikey.
been engaged since 2018 Christmas, and we finally went ahead and did it. And it feels so much better to be engaged, man.
Yeah.
Like, we're both just like, there's a lot of
Weight off the shoulders, right?
pressure. Like, and it's just, in terms of the planning, the stuff that's not really what I would say is the point of being married,
Yeah.
all that. And I'm just glad that we're through that. And I recommend it to anybody getting married. With that said, have the big party and hire me as your DJ. But aside from all that, you don't need it.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, man,
But-
you guys did it really cool. I mean, do you want to share with everybody how you did it?
Man, we didn't know what was going on. So before everything started opening up, before we were getting dates, in different color zones and stuff like that. We were like, well, let's get the license. Let's just get moving. Let's go from there. So we applied for the license. So then when we had to do the little virtual thing with them to confirm our identities, they just show your ID or whatever. Oh, are you guys interested in the ceremony? We both kind of looked at each other. We're like, all right, let's get some information. So we just did that, and we ended up picking a day And we plan on the virtual ceremony. From there is a trip, man. Like, Monty's not going to hear this. I don't care if she does anyway, but it was kind of hard to get her to plan or to kind of like decide on stuff, you know? And once we had the date, man, everything just, she just started picking stuff. All right, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. I was like, all right, sweet, you know, like.
Yeah. There was that first puzzle piece that needed to hit.
Yeah,
right?
you know,
Yeah.
and I mean, we had looked at places like in San Jose and like these country clubs around the Bay Area, spending all this money, and we just did it at the house, man. I didn't tell anybody. I surprised both of our moms.
Yeah.
They both thought they were coming over for something else. Her mom didn't believe me when I told her. She's just like, "Oh, Mike," you know, and walked in the house. I'm like, "No, all right."
She's like, "Yeah, you're wearing a suit for no reason,
Yeah,
but you know, it's all good."
She's like, "Whatever."
Uh-huh.
Anyway, man, yeah. So we did it. We were really happy, and went to Napa that weekend.
Yeah.
And man, marriage put some pounds on you. Let me tell you.
Shut up.
I knew you weren't gonna give me that.
Shut up. Nope. Nope. Shut up.
I mean, you know how it is.
This is where we cut Mike off. That's where we cut Mike off for the rest of the day. Let me turn off your mic.
Yeah. So anyway, 10 pounds later.
Yeah. Uh-huh. That it was marriage that.
Yeah, you know, marriage does it.
Mm-hmm.
It's marriage.
What else, man? I mean, I don't know if on the last episode you told everybody or not, but like prior to that, you had other exciting news, right?
Well, week before that, graduated.
Yeah, so Mikey's a college graduate.
I grew up in 2 weeks.
Yeah, Mike's officially an adult.
I was like, let me just, I'll just do this in 2 weeks, you know.
Yeah.
So,
pretty cool, man.
boom, boom.
Pretty cool. little bit of life-changing events. 2 weeks. Screw it. Let's just get her all done.
Yeah,
right?
man. A month ago, was a bachelor college student.
Now you're 10 pounds heavier, married, degree.
That's right. And like I said, you know, marriage puts those pounds on you.
Yep. Mm-hmm. You're an idiot. You're an absolute idiot. Oh, man.
How about you? What's going on, man?
Nothing, man. You heard the biggest news, man. We opened up back indoors yesterday. You know, and it's going to be, I don't want to say limited the time that we're in here because we're going to be inside probably 4 days out of the 6 a week, you know, doing some sort of lifting. But anything fast that we do, anything cardio wise, like today we did our workout 100% outdoors, you know, anything where I have not anybody, but where I have anything where everybody is going to be breathing hard and huffing. I don't want bodies on top of each other. And so we kind of still go outside and spread out. But man, it's weird. Like I said, it's been, I sent it to the people who showed up yesterday. I've been outdoors running my gym 100% outdoors for a year, as of June 12th at least. It's been a year. That is absolutely insane to me that, number one, you know, we've been able to make it work and, you know, stay afloat. And I guess the best way to put it, you know, I mean, call it what it is and keep the attendance to where it's been. I mean, you've been here, you know, you look around, it's like we got people showing up and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to keep people dialed in through all that, you know, and it's just nice to be back inside, dude. You know, it's nice on so many levels. Like I look at my equipment that's taken an absolute beating over the last year, even with as careful as we are and how much we clean and, you know, things just get kind of beat up. You know, my look at the dumbbells are kind of beat up, you know, some bumper plates, some stuff that's going to need to be replaced. But we did it. We managed it. We're back inside. I can kind of breathe a little sigh of relief, you know, from that standpoint. And now it's like, it doesn't make programming easy by any means, but it's like, I can incorporate more of the stuff that I want to do.
I was going to say it's a little more exciting.
Yeah, for sure on that side of it. And the coaching side, the training side, it makes things easier where I don't have to be super loud outdoor coach where I'm literally spinning circles to cover an entire parking lot of people. I have people indoors where I can talk and I don't have to yell. And everybody can hear me. I don't have to walk down there, walk over here, do this. I don't have to drag thousands of pounds inside and outside throughout the day. I mean, it's just, dude, so many things where it's like, it's a huge stress relief, you know, which is awesome. It's super awesome. You know, but it's pretty cool. Like I said, that we were able to make it work for so long outside. And it's pretty cool to see the type of community of people that we had that stuck with this through that time, you know? And like I said, work their asses off when they're outside. You know, it wasn't something like, oh, we're outdoors, so we're going to cupcake things. It was like, no, we're still doing stuff. We're still working hard. We're still grinding. And it's, like I said, it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool to hit that point, you know, of like finally returning in here, being able to take that little bit of a sigh of relief. Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
Well, good job. I mean, that's, you know, to you, that's your leadership.
Yeah, thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
And thank you for having it still. I mean, other people
Yeah.
could have just, I'm not going to do it anymore, you know?
Yeah.
No, seriously. You know?
I know.
And,
And I know a lot of places did, man. A
Yeah.
lot of places folded. They just weren't able to pivot and do things. And I don't know if they weren't able to. It's more of they weren't willing to, right?
Or, you know, we don't know their environment with how busy their parking lot could have been or what if they had one, you know?
Right.
So, yeah, you know, but yeah, man, thanks for sticking it out with us and having the place for us and being willing to put your equipment on the line out there, you know? Like,
Yeah. I know. I'm saying as Mike's talking, I'm got my 1,000-yard stare at. Literally, I'm staring at a barbell with some bumpers on it. I'm going.
They look different.
Yeah, a little bit, but it's all right, man. Time to rebuild it, right, step by step. It ain't the first time, you know. Definitely ain't the first time. So, oh man, what else? What else I got to tell you? Dalton finished baseball last night. They got ousted. Their last playoff game.
How many playoff games did they?
Well, they play 3.
So does that mean
they lost one,
Okay.
they won, and then they lost. So last night we thought, oh man, we're gonna make it to semis. Bottom of the 6 innings. They play 6 innings. Bottom of the 6th, we're up 8-4.
Oh no.
Other team just kind of starts chipping, and it wasn't like it's not like these kids were just crushing balls and solid. It was like bad hop over our first baseman's head. He got balls overthrown, pass balls on the catcher. Kids are still in home. Ends up being 8-8. Kid comes into pitch. New kid comes into pitch. Second pitch, base hit down the left field line with 2 outs. Runner on third, scoring run. So that season ended, man. It was a tough loss. D was pretty bummed.
Yeah.
You know, he's pretty bummed. But he's gonna keep rolling. He's gonna do some summer ball. So that'll be cool. Now that the regular season's over, he's gonna start jiu-jitsu.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, you know, we were kind of talking about whatever, just to, if you guys don't know Dalton or haven't seen him on here, don't know my son personally, he is probably one of the sweetest kids that you'll ever meet. And that's not just because I'm dad, but he is that kind of quiet, shy, respectful kid and lacks a little bit of self-confidence. So we've been talking to him about, you know, doing something, you know, it was like wrestling, and he doesn't really want to wrestle, but he's got a couple buddies who have done jiu-jitsu. And he actually read a couple books that my sister, hey, thanks, Deanna. I'm wearing a shirt that she sent me yesterday.
I was going to say, I like that shirt.
Yeah, she actually sent it to me yesterday. But she had actually sent him a series of books called Way of the Warrior Kid. And they're written by Jocko Willink, who is a Navy SEAL, who I think I've talked about before. Super motivational guy. Not somebody you would expect to write kids' books, but he has this awesome series. And he talks about jiu-jitsu in there. So as soon as Dalton read that, he's like, I want to do jiu-jitsu. So he's kind of into it, and I just think it's going to be a good thing for him. So he's going to be starting that pretty soon. What else we got going on, man? Not a whole lot. Like I said, we had our Murph going on here on Monday. What was pretty cool is I played a little video at the beginning of Murph just for people to kind of listen to, talking about who Lieutenant Michael Murphy was prior to doing that workout. Because, you know, one of my biggest things is I think it's awesome that people do that workout, you know, to honor somebody who died for our country, right? Put their life on the line and died and gave that ultimate sacrifice for us, right? And a lot of people go through that Murph workout or different CrossFit Hero workouts and don't really understand what they're doing or why they're doing it. So before each class did that workout on Monday, I made them listen to this little thing talking about, it's like a 5-minute thing about, you heard it about Michael Murphy and who he was and how he gave his life and where he gave his life in Afghanistan. If you've ever seen or never seen the movie Lone Survivor, watch it. You will know who he is. He's the one who calls radios for help and puts his life online there.
You know, Monty read the book.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, wow.
That's a crazy. I mean, the book's even more intense. Where Marcus Luttrell, the one who made it out alive, he's the one who wrote that book, that story, the Lone Survivor story. And I've heard him a couple times on a different podcasts, on Rogan, and just hearing him tell that story is, I mean, it chokes me up. Every time I hear him talking about it, chokes me up because, like you said, they do a really good job in the movie kind of showing things, but it doesn't still do it justice as to, what those guys went through. And, pretty crazy stuff. So, if you guys ever have a chance, check out that book, check out that movie, just, hear the story of Michael Murphy. If you're going to do that workout, the workout Murph, and know why you're doing it. And it's, it takes on a little bit more meaning. I know that morning, and I'm not a super emotional person. I cried twice that morning. I listened to it at about 4:45 that morning before I came down here. And then I did the workout with Rachel, and I made her listen to it. And again, I got choked up, a little bit of tears, and it's, kind of moving if you think about what he gave and why you're doing that. So anyways, now that I brought the mood down a little bit.
It was cool. There's the other gym that's nearby here. So when I went out, I saw at one point there was 2 of them. Yeah. And then after I made the turn or something, then there was 20 of them. Or there was the second mile. That's when I ran into a whole herd of those guys out there.
Yeah, CrossFit gym around the corner.
Yeah. So it was kind of cool. I waved to, a couple of them.
Yeah. I mean, even though it's our competitor, right? Business competitor.
Yeah,
you still know that they're out doing that same thing, man. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool that you have a bond with, just other people, and hopefully they realize why they're doing that also.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways, coming off of that highly emotional, Mike, I need a hug, man. I need a hug. Coming off of that, I know for me personally on Monday, so Murph, I did it as it's prescribed, in order, 20-pound weight vest, run a mile, do 100 pull-ups, then move on to 200 push-ups, 300 squats, run a mile, all with that weight vest on it. It whooped my butt pretty good, but I was pretty stoked. I beat my time from last year by 7 minutes.
Wow.
So it was good. I had Rachel go through it. She went through it in order without the weight vest, completely shredded her hands on her pull-ups, peeled up. So her hands are recovering right now. But yeah, so I know for myself, I was a little beat up coming off of that for sure. Last few days going through workouts haven't been the easiest ever. So what else, man? Anything else? I know, been playing around with some stuff. You guys that are doing the cast iron programming, even people here at the gym, there's times, for me, when I go through, I love to read. I love to find things or rekindle old flames in training, I guess is the best way to put it, and go back through and relearn things. I've been doing this for 22 years as a trainer now, going on 23 years as a trainer, which is weird to say.
Yeah?
Yeah, really weird to say. I'm going to be 44. I started training people at 21. But, as a business owner, this is 18 years, coming up on my 18-year anniversary. And there's still things that to this day, I'm still learning so much, right? And I'm still expanding on that stuff. And, it kind of varies at different times during the year. I'm still reading up on things, or I'm going back and covering things that I may have passed over before. And a lot of the stuff that I'm tying into programming through cast iron and the gym here, I'm always trying to figure out ways to get the most bang for buck in training for people, to give them not just the physical benefit of the aesthetics, right, which everybody wants, but tying that into health and longevity, right? And I know for me personally, the older I get, I mean, I've done a lot of stupid stuff over the years when it comes to training or just in life in general, and I've beat myself up pretty good, right? Got a lot of injuries, and like a big problem I have is like my lower back, my hips, you know, they're pretty banged up. I don't like to admit it, you know, but they are. And so I've been looking for ways myself to help strengthen, you know, so a lot of it has gone back to training the glutes, you know, your butt, and training the spine. So that's a lot of what I've been studying the last couple months and figuring out like, hey man, like this stuff is helping me a ton because this is the least amount of back pain I've had in years, like over the last couple months. So I've started, I'm slowly starting to incorporate some of that stuff to help people like with cast iron and within the gym here. Yeah, so it's pretty cool, man. It's fun, like for me, when I can go back and find shit like that, you know, and be able to like, that's the coolest part about being a coach, right? Is being able to pass on that knowledge and pass on something that somebody's going to take something away with. And, you know, the stuff that I'm trying to incorporate, it's number one, it helps with health, longevity, you know, just overall wellness and feeling good and pain management and whatever. But the cool part too is most people need a butt. You know what I mean by that? It's like most girls, that's what they're looking for, right? Is I want to grow my ass, which is a lot of this stuff will do. And for a lot of guys, they need to grow their ass. And that sounds kind of funny, but a lot of what we don't use is our glutes. And it comes from a lot of sitting, right? You sit down, the longer you sit, the less turned on they are, right? So we're trying to do a little bit more with this type of stuff to kind of activate that stuff, build your glutes, get them stronger, get you to utilize them, and, you know, make all your lifts and movements better. Because the more you can get out of your butt, the better your squat's going to be, the better your deadlift's going to be, the better you're going to run, the better you're going to jump, the faster you're going to run, you know, like all these things it ties to, the more you're going to be able to press, you know, it's just that's that muscle that a lot of people are lacking. And that's why we've got so much issue with back pain a lot of times too, is people just don't have that turned on.
I was going to say, for me, if there was one part of my body that I just could just wish that didn't bother me anymore, it'd be my lower back.
Yeah.
And like today was a perfect example of that. You know, I was able to use the heavier kettlebell for me. But by the end, I was just forcing it. You know, like,
yeah. Well,
and it just, the last run too. Again, you know, I told you this before. It feels like my lower back is going to snap like a bear trap.
Yeah.
And it feels like a rubber band's around my knees. And that's how it affects my running.
Right.
So if my lower back didn't feel that way.
Well, part of that too, like it's a few different things, and a lot of people are in your position, right? And they're starting to experience this more in the last year than ever. Why? Because more people are sitting more in the last year than ever. For you, you're not at the restaurant full time anymore, so you're not walking around. You're sitting, doing more schooling. You're doing more of, you know, your work now is in a seated position, whereas where you're DJing, you know, like full-time DJing, full-time restaurant, you're on your feet and you're moving. Now, does that mean your glutes are automatically going to be on? No, but you're getting more out of them. Now that you're sitting more, they're turned off more now than ever, right? So that's huge. That's huge that you get those muscles firing, working for you and protecting you and, you know, helping you stay safe and strong, you know? So you're like the prime example for that.
Yeah, it's kind of a trip. Billy and I went to an event with him, and man, normally I could just stand, you know, 5 hours straight and no problem. I was like, man, I got to sit down. You know, like, we weren't used to it, you know.
Old fat married dude.
Pretty much.
Somebody get me a beer and a margarita.
Or ribs. Shout out to Ricky's over in Marin.
Barbecue.
The chef there is barbecuing right now. It smelled good outside.
Okay.
We didn't get offered any till the end. So you were like, no, we're leaving.
You tell him next time you come around a little bit sooner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, don't wait till the end.
No.
I'm hungry in the middle.
We were hungry. Yeah, but the whole time we smelled it.
Yeah, that's torture, right? Like when you're working an event like that, you're hella hungry and you can't eat. Oh, that's torture. Absolute torture.
Yeah.
I feel like next time we do Murph, I'm gonna bring my Traeger and start smoking stuff before you guys get here.
Oh,
That way, like as you're standing there doing
And
your
then tell us,
pull-ups,
oh, it's not gonna be ready for 4 hours,
Yeah.
guys.
Oh no, guys, I'm smoking some meat. Oh man, it won't be done till tonight.
Wow,
That'd be messed up.
you might get hurt.
I'm probably gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'll fight somebody. You guys will be so tired after workout, you can be a bag of shit anyways. Oh
The
man.
smell of rebellion.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, man. So what was I saying?
We
You know,
were
just
talking about
training and
like Billy and I not used to standing up that long.
Yeah, you guys are old fat dudes. It's okay.
Pretty much.
That's okay. How's Billy doing, man?
He's cool.
Is he still has a show every day, right?
Well, yeah, he works
Or
in-
a time slot or what?
in
I don't know what the
radios.
hell you call it on radio.
So he does morning show 6 to 10 is the
102.1? Yeah.
Q102.
Yeah.
But he turned his garage into a studio, so he hasn't had to go into the station. He
Yeah.
can do everything from the house. And gigs, obviously, we've been dry for a while, but I think things are going to explode.
Yeah. Well, now as everything's starting to reopen,
It's already starting. Like
yeah. Well,
venues are like just hungry for people, and it's a trip. We noticed that like a handful of places that actually opened like 6 months to a year ago. Nice places, and they've just been waiting. You know, so it's gonna pop off, and then all the private events, weddings we were just talking about.
That's the
and
stuff where I think you guys are gonna just blow up.
families getting together after not a while. So I think it's
Some people are gonna keep avoiding their families. You know what I mean? That was.
I can't make it. I'm not vaccinated.
Yeah, I can't, dude. I can't remember who it was. We were joking the other day at the gym, talking about. So what's pretty cool is, we came back inside here at the gym yesterday.
Yeah.
We have every single one of our members is vaccinated, right? So that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Like people are, if you're watching this and you don't believe in getting a vaccination, okay, whatever, you're fine. But the way I look at it is, you're kind of doing good for everybody else.
Right.
You're helping everybody else out. You get vaccinated for everything else when you're born anyways. That's for the greater good.
Yeah,
But
it doesn't hurt. It
we're-
doesn't hurt. It puts everyone in a little better position.
Yeah,
right?
we-
even
but-
if you minimize it's.
Yeah, we
still-
were having the talk the other day though of like people being vaccinated, and it was exactly that. Like, oh man, my family is planning like this get together, right? And there's gonna be like 30 people, and somebody's like, I'm gonna tell them I'm not vaccinated, so I don't have to go. And I kind of looked because the person was like half serious as they're saying it, like I don't want to hang out with them.
Like nope.
I was like, all right, man. Well, that's fair.
Like not seeing you guys for the past year and a half.
Fair enough. Fair enough. It was the same thing. I saw like a meme on Facebook the other
Yeah.
day, and they're like, everything's starting to reopen. They're like, I want my life to stay the same.
Yeah. I saw this morning. I don't know what everything it said, but this dude's like looking outside of a window, and he goes, "Man, it's too people-y out there."
Dude, and you know what? And you notice it, and I know you notice it. It's like when you're out and about, and I know this past weekend, Memorial Weekend, there was a shit ton of people out in Livermore.
Yeah.
There was a shit ton of people out in Livermore. Like, I'm driving through town. I'm like, what are you people need to be out of my way right now. Like, where did you come from?
Yeah, everybody's hanging out again. They
Yeah,
had the
so-
fountain going. Everybody's in the fountain.
Yeah, not to that point. Like people aren't dancing in the fountain
In the street.
downtown or anything. But no, you're seeing more people out and about, right? And everybody is kind of treating this differently. Like you still have some people in masks, which, hey, for me, like in crowds and stuff, I feel like I'm gonna keep the mask on, right? And it's not necessarily about protecting me. It's just kind of helping the community, helping others. Helping other people through it, and that's a part I think people are missing with the vaccination. Yeah, you're vaccinated, but that doesn't mean like you're immune.
And at the very least, it's going to help those statistic numbers to get back,
Right.
so that everybody can,
Yeah, and it's
feel comfortable, full capacity and all that.
I know, because that's kind of the scary part is like you start to get like a few people vaccinated and everybody's like, fuck it, let's roll, like
Yeah.
shirt off party, man. Like,
Yeah.
calm down. Hey, what you do at home, Mike? Like, we don't need to talk about it, okay? But yeah, I think still proceeding with a little bit of caution, being smart, and wash your fucking hands. Like, keep using your hand sanitizer. Like, just be smart, man. Be smart with what everybody's doing, and just let's keep progressing forward instead of
Right.
taken any steps back. And I think something that people are kind of missing too is, a couple different things. Number one, you're still talking about something that is seasonal. So you're hitting a point where there is typically a lull with things like this, that summertime, weather gets hot, those SARS type of diseases kind of start to die off or die down during the summertime. Like, we could just be in a downward trend and it could come back up a little bit. So let's just be smart with that, and then also, like, the way I look at it too is like, hey, like, let's start taking some other precautionary steps here. Like, maybe start eating a little bit better, getting in a little bit better shape.
Get busy.
Yeah, maybe get outside, get some sunlight, get some vitamin D. Because all the things that I'm throwing out are things that have been proven to help with having the lasting effects if you do get COVID, right?
Immunity, longevity.
Yeah, and it's that, that the people who have been hit the hardest by this, and it's not to say a healthy, strong, metabolically fit person can't get hit hard by this, but it's really less likely that they are, right? The effects of this, the ones that it's hitting the hardest are the ones who have, metabolic issues, people who have poor diets, people who are overweight, people who don't move their bodies, people who don't get sunlight, people who sit down all day. It's all these different things. I have one of my best friends who I've been best friends with since junior high school got this a little over a month ago, and he spent over a week in the hospital.
Yeah.
Right? And it hit him hard. It hit him real hard. But on that note, he's a guy who's, had a little bit of asthma. He's overweight, not hugely overweight, but overweight, has a poor diet, and he's pre-diabetic because of his poor diet. So that like, you are COVID's best friend. Like, you are COVID's biggest target at that point. You know what I mean? Like, and he even said it, I talked to him. He was in the hospital for over a week on oxygen. And I'm talking to him while he's in there. And he even said, like, man, I put myself in this position. And, he's like, I just, hopefully I'll get another chance to, be in a better spot after this.
Right.
And he, he's out and he's doing better and, starting to make some changes in his life, which is good. So do some things to help yourselves in the meantime.
Yeah.
Right?
Get rid of those ifs.
Yeah, for sure. What else, man?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we haven't touched on today that I wanted to cover. What else going on in the world today? I know prices of food is starting to creep up a little bit. Gas is starting to creep up a little. People are starting to freak out a little.
I saw this chef who does catering on Facebook. He put, he does a lot of seafood, so
just know prices are about to go up.
That's what he said. He was like, man, everything's up right now. And he named all these different foods that he always makes. And he's like,
Yeah. Oh, dude. And that's so.
And somebody else chimed in. They're like, yeah, my, even their takeout boxes.
Everything's going up. Price of gas is going up. It's costing more to ship.
Yeah.
I know, like, for me, right? Like, one of my, and I know you guys have all heard me talk about food and stuff plenty of times. And I love ribeyes. Like, boneless ribeyes are my jam. Right now, usually I don't buy them all the time because they're expensive cuts of meat. Usually, like, once every 2 or 3 weeks, I'll allow myself to get a couple ribeyes when I'm at Costco. Because I'm there 2 or 3 times a week. Anyways, I go in. I usually get ribeyes $12.99 a pound at Costco. Right, maybe $13.99. Walking through there yesterday, I looked. They're up to $16.99 a pound. That's a good price increase. Even like brisket, like, I like to smoke brisket, especially in the summertime, weather's getting nice, right? $2.99, maybe up to $3.49 a pound is where I'll see it kind of hitting at Costco. Those suckers were $4.49 a pound when I walked through. I'm like, man, I can't justify buying that if I'm going to cut 5 pounds of fat off a brisket before I smoke it, So yeah, man, you're starting to get the price increases on food and stuff, and don't get me wrong, this isn't like an open invitation to start buying processed stuff and junk.
Lunchables?
Lunchable prices haven't gone up. I can buy those.
Man, it was 10 for 10 the other day at Safeway.
See, look at Mike. Mike knows. Mike ate all 10 of those 10 for 10 in one sitting too, huh?
This lady in front of us, man, yesterday at Safeway, she was getting Lunchables for her kids, and they were $2.50 each, and she's like, nah, it's 10 for 10. So true story. It actually happened.
Okay. No, hey, I'm not arguing with you on the Lunchables. If anybody's gonna know a Lunchable price standing right here at this table, it's gonna be you.
That's right.
That's for sure. With that all being said about price increases in food, you can still find decent prices on stuff. I know. I have not seen the price of chicken move. Let's knock on wood that it does not. I actually got some good deals on seafood. Like last, I got some wild caught shrimp that was like cheap. I got some rockfish that was cheap. There are different things, that you can find that are out there that aren't going to break the bank.
And the more in season something is, the cheaper it's going to be. So
yeah, for sure.
Think about that too.
For sure.
I remember having to do that when we were doing our food thing.
Yeah, and it's shop with the seasons, whether it be protein, vegetables, fruits, whatever your
chocolate.
No. Mike. Snickers bars don't come in seasons, bro.
They do. The special editions.
If I turn this way and just stare off into the distance. I feel like I'm doing this with Rachel right now, man. Thanks a lot.
What's up, Rachel? I'm holding it down over here.
Yeah. Speaking of Rachel, we're gonna have her. We're gonna have her on soon.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
We got to get her on for an episode soon. This podcast, we're filming it in the middle of the week right now, so she couldn't be here. She's got a big girl job that she's doing right now.
Yeah, she's been busy, right?
She's been super busy. For those of you guys that don't know it, Rachel is moving. Also, she's going up Sacramento area.
I didn't know.
Yeah, she doesn't like you, so she didn't want to.
Sounds right.
Nah, so they're bouncing. Her and her husband Sean have been trying to buy a house up there. House prices have increased a ton.
Yeah.
So they actually found a house to rent up there. In the meantime, until some prices kind of cool off a little bit, and they can buy a house. She the company that they work for, their main office is in El Dorado Hills. So they've been talking about, eventually that's where they're going to need to be and want to be. Her sister's up that way, so she got her little nephews, and then Sean's sister's up that way.
Okay,
She's got the
so
nephews.
it all...
Yeah, so, and her parents will end up there also. So I'm giving away all your life info here, Rach. But with all that being said, as much as I joke and poke fun at Rachel, she's going to be missed more than she'll ever know. As a friend, as a training partner, as a part of this podcast, as just the role that she takes on here at the gym, as a coach here at the gym for me. She does all my office stuff here. There's just so much that Rachel contributes that, most people don't really realize how much she does. And it's going to be hard, like as a friend missing her and then having that as a working partner, so it's going to suck, man. It's going to suck. So we'll have to have like guest spots and get her on the phone and stuff.
Oh yeah. We could patch her in.
Yeah.
It'll be at random times too.
But what's cool is you can cut her out at any point too. Be like, the connection went
hang
bad.
up on her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We just tell her the connection went
Just gotta go
bad.
tunnel.
Rage can't hear you. Cut it. Just cut it. We'll have to have like Mike. We'll have to have like a safe word or a little signal or something where you could just kill it partway through. Yeah. So Rach will be gone, man. So it's gonna be kind of different. It's gonna be kind of different. What else we got? I think that's about it, man. I think that's about it for today. Today, like I said, Wednesday, June 2nd. So you guys will get this coming out pretty soon. If you guys got some questions for us about anything that we talked about today, or some of the stuff that I was talking about, like with the training piece of, help strengthening your glutes, your lower back, things like that for health, longevity, reach out and be more than happy to share information with you guys, and share sources of where I get my information, and even point you in a different direction. A lot of times there's people out there that are a lot smarter than I am in different areas, and I'm more than happy to, kind of peel off and point you where you need to go. So yeah, reach out, shoot us a direct message, or you can comment on something, send us an email at castironworkouts@gmail.com. Anyways, you got anything else you want to add today?
No.
No?
Hit us up, drop a comment.
Check out the book.
Let us know what you think. Yeah, check out the book. That's it, man.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back, both of us, to being, fat married dudes, and call it a day then.
Yeah.
All right, guys, good to see y'all. We'll see you guys.
Hasn't hit you
soon.
yet. You'll see.
I know. I mean, you've been in this for a while, so
One day,
yeah.
young man.
One day it's gonna catch up to me. Hear that shit my whole life. You just wait.